I discovered H.P. Lovecraft in the early 80s when I was generally doing research in mythologies and magic, doing research in runic symbols and such, reading the books of Aleister Crowley. And I discovered him more like an entertainer rather than a scientific sort of writer. Even though his writing is all based on this self-invented mythology, the Cthulhu mythos, about this evil thing that dwells in the black abyss underneath the Antarctic Ocean, and about the elder gods. And interesting about this that he picked elements from mythologies of various religions and peoples, and combined these to his own ultimate vision of horror. And I found that very appealing. Basically, it works on the same basis as like the runic and the northern mythologies works. It is the imagery of the world being not a ball but a disc, and you have the world that we live in, which is like the middle ground, and you have like the good gods, which are above and are these etheric beings, and you have the evil that dwells beyond, that dwells below.
Alex and I have been organizing quite a few projects in the last couple of years, dealing with music, with video, with a combination, and also did things for the Arena in Berlin, a conglomeration that has bars, clubs, theater places, and they asked us to organize something for their 10th year anniversary. They said we could choose anybody we liked, and the project could be as large as we wanted. So immediately we said we'd like to do something with Tiger Lillies.
I've been a big fan of the Tiger Lillies since 10 years. I discovered them in the mid-90s, and I'm deeply in love with their lyrics mostly. These mostly obscene and mean tales fascinate me a lot, and Martin's vocals are just the most beautiful thing I have ever heard.
Actually, Alex introduced me to them, to their music, and I immediately loved the sound, the music, the atmosphere that they always have, of a strange circus fair atmosphere of long ago, naughty children, surreal atmospheres of strange things happening that could be evil, but always have a very strong sense of humor, very black sense of humor, but definitely humor. Also very much on the point in many themes that usually aren't spoken about. They sing about them, so we said, okay, we want to do something with them. And decided on doing something based on H.P. Lovecraft.
We chose H.P. Lovecraft as the overall theme and motto for this performance, because first of all, we needed something like that. We needed a general theme, we needed a general motto in order to combine such diverse things as the Tiger Lillies acoustic music with electronic soundscapes. And we thought that H.P. Lovecraft is very fitting, because in his stories it is mostly about the individual being caught up in a greater scheme of things, and as I mentioned before, the black abyss where the evil things dwell underneath the Antarctic Ocean, and basically the elder gods that are somewhere hiding in a sphere beyond our reach. I thought that this could be very well represented with electronic sounds, electronic soundscapes, and the Tiger Lillies being more or less the individual. I had this picture in mind of the Tiger Lillies being like a little nutshell, a little boat, kind of being thrown around by this black ocean, which is the electronic soundscapes, and them being the individuals, the narrators, the storytellers, in this overwhelming acoustic kind of scenery.
So we spent about half a year before preparing everything. I was doing the illustrations, Alex was working on the soundscapes, Tiger Lillies were working in London mainly. We were working in Berlin, they were working in London, and we'd send back and forth the first results. Tiger Lillies sent very simple versions of the songs that they had written, the lyrics. Alex sent very simple versions of the soundscapes that he had made. I sent very simple versions of the illustrations I had started. We emailed them back and forth, and then went to London, had a rehearsal, which was a bit odd at the beginning because we'd never worked together, obviously, but after a couple of hours it clicked and it just became as wonderful as we'd hoped it would be, because just the same taste of sounds, of ideas was there among us all, so it was very nice. When I started doing the illustrations for the performance, I didn't really know what stories were going to be chosen. I didn't know if Tiger Lillies would want to do those stories or other stories. I had a basic concept of a general impression, although H.P. Lovecraft does have quite a few things that play underwater, quite a few things that play on mountaintops.
My favorite stories are the music of Erich Zann, which is about this little German violinist who plays his violin up in the attic room of a building in a Paris street that the narrator of the story was unable to ever find again after these things happened there. That's one of my favorite ones.
I do think that he has something which is like a creepy fairy tale for children, which also is like the Tiger Lillies. Tiger Lillies' lyrics and music always has something that's dealing with children, so I thought it should have something on one hand that is gloomy and dark, on the other hand that also has something innocent, as children do. But not necessarily nicely innocent, it can also be an evil innocence.
Also the thing on the doorstep, which is about possession or the switching of bodies, about a violent, hostile spirit living in your or your best friend's body. I think that's a very nice one.
This idea of having different clashes coming together was also part of the performance with Tiger Lillies' Mountains of Madness, because they had never performed together with electronic instruments before. So Alex said he would really, instead of playing an instrument, he wanted to do something with them together where he would be the electronic part and they would play their usual instruments, also causing a clash of different maybe ideologies or musical heritages. And it was very interesting because at the beginning we didn't know if that would work out. We didn't know if it would work out to bring electronic soundscapes into the Tiger Lillies music. It could have disturbed, it could have irritated too much. It could have, the music, the Tiger Lillies instrumental music could have been too strong or too weak. So it was very interesting to watch this develop and realize that it did work, and that this kind of clash brought upon something completely new for everybody.